Hello and welcome back to more Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So this time, now that I've got 200% on the game, I decided I was going to actually do a speedrun of it. It doesn't seem terribly hard. When you see that time down there, the 12:15, that's how long it took to get that far with hard mode. That was doing every single level hard mode, and that's where I got to. That's how far I got. So the timer on this starts when you hit play on 1-1. But because of how the opening cutscene works, where it shoves you straight into 1-1, I'm going to have to actually exit out of the level. Okay, so explanation of the category. So, I'm doing original mode any percent. What that means is I'm going to just be doing the game as fast as possible. It starts when you hit play on 1-1, and it ends when you... I can't skip this cutscene, by the way. It ends when you hit the last punch on the World 6 boss. There's not any other restrictions other than this is an original mode. I'm doing it in original mode, not funky mode, because I've never played as funky and I didn't want to bother with it. Funky mode gives you 1 extra health on each Kong, and it gives you access to Funky Kong, who has 5 health and can do things like jump on spikes. Not that Cranky can't, but anyway. I've never played as Funky and I didn't want to bother with it. Also, Funky mode any percent, no death abuse is the most popular category for this game. It has 62 runs. Original mode any percent has 6. So I'm guaranteed to get top 10 so long as I finish a run today. I just have to finish. Now I practiced yesterday and I was like, I'm gonna play until I get a game over. I didn't get a game over. I got to the end, and it took me about 3 hours. So that would actually beat out the current 6th place run. If I do at least that well, then I will have 6th place and not 7th place. And 5th place is 2 hours and 58 minutes, so I might be able to beat that too. Shorter than that, it gets a little harder. I mean, the faster than that, it gets a little harder. The route was partially influenced by the route here that I'm taking. I did not watch any speedruns first. I just formed my own opinions about what levels I want to play. Based off of playing through the game to 200%. So this is level 1-1, and I can't do this. I have to start from hitting play. I've never done a speedrun before, so this will be an interesting thing. So when you hit A on ready to play here, that's when it starts. Oh, I didn't know I could skip that. There are a bunch of things you can skip in this game that I'm not aware of. I'm certain. Well, that's gonna hurt time. That's gonna hurt the time a lot. But it's first try. This is already doing worse than my practice yesterday, though. Yeah, I'm no professional speedrunner by any means, but I have played this game to 200%, so I know at least something of what I'm doing. Including I did a time attack on every single level, so I do have some idea of how to play each level fast. And yes, even when I'm going fast, which I did yesterday, I did not ever get a game over, so I don't have any concerns about losing lives. Especially because I did an embarrassing job with 5-5 yesterday, and I lost like 10 lives or something. On the time attack, I got it first try. I also learned yesterday that if you tap A on the title screen, then it skips things. I'm going to be doing each of my splits during the loading screens, except the final one, obviously. I just learned that you can skip the opening on each level. Okay, that's gonna make things faster. I lost Diddy during the last level, so I have to get Dixie here. Having Dixie is far better than not having a column. Even though Dixie is not the greatest Kong ever, he's far better than not having any at all. There we go. That's what I wanted. Ooh, 8 lives? That's helpful. Every level in this game is about 2 minutes long. So, pretty much it doesn't matter how... it doesn't matter which levels you play, so long as you play as few levels as possible. So getting the bonus exits here is just going to add a level, so obviously I'm not going for them. Taking damage there doesn't matter so much because I'm taking Cranky. I did not want to take damage there. That loses me Cranky here. Oh! Or you could just fall in a pit like that. That works too. Good thing I got those 8 lives, huh? again, this is an amateur speedrun. It's my second attempt at this run ever. So, do not be expecting a stellar performance. I didn't even record my attempt yesterday. I just did it for practice. There are plenty of loading screens in this game, so, that's why I do the splits during them. You press B to skip that, not A. I want Cranky going forward. You'll see that they're ducking the entire time I'm doing this. The reason for that is because I've suffered no ills for ducking the whole time, so I'm just holding the down button on the controller. Like, literally the only thing that I don't get for ducking the whole time is that O right there. You cannot get hurt by anything by ducking the whole time, so I see no reason not to duck the whole time. Also, this plane here is very finicky and will sometimes hurt you even if you are ducking, which caused me a lot of problems during hard mode. Ah, I thought I would get that. Oh well. Yeah, Trunk Twister took a lot of effort during hard mode because of that stupid plane that hurts you even when you're ducking. Sometimes. Alright, don't have to duck anymore. World 1 is the only one that only has 4 levels. Now we have the one boss. This goes way faster if you get rid of them. That's why I have Cranky. As for these guys, you can't get rid of them if you don't have Cranky. I may as well grab bananas, they'll give me extra lives. Game over is gonna hurt my time a lot more than simply dying. And it's not like the bananas are costing me any time. Getting rid of those guys makes it faster. Well, that's not at all what I planned. There we go. My goodness, that was not expected. I did not expect to lose Cranky there. Oh well. That's it. I'm only gonna get one punch on each because that's faster. It's okay, I was gonna get somebody else here anyway. I forget which Kong. I think it guarantees Dixie? Yeah. Frankie is not great for this level. He's okay, he's not great. The higher bounce is about all you're getting out of him. Yep, guarantee Dixie. Diddy now. Diddy's faster. Remember, I've played the game before, and done individual level time attacks, so it's not like I have no experience at all in this. I just don't have a run on speedrun.com because I didn't record yesterday. I do have some idea of how to go fast here. Most punches I've ever gotten out of that is 10. Versus for bosses, they give you a little more time. The most I've gotten is 15. Mountain Mania took me ages on hard mode. I have no idea why. It's a Ramby level for crying out loud. Probably just because you only have 1 health and, well, there's some unforgiving parts later. Even on my practice run, I lost some lives here. But Ramby can Ramby is so powerful that enemies can literally land on top of me and I won't take damage. But certain hazards. The stuff falling from that spot exploding. can hurt me regardless of being on Ranby. And, hurt me they do. How did I know I was going to do the exact same thing as I did in practice yesterday, where I float instead of bouncing off of that guy? At least it can't happen again, because I don't have Dixie anymore. Okay, so important here, you only go when they're coming back to you. What? No! Okay, that was embarrassing. Oh my goodness. Cache. 4 minutes on that level. Horn top hop. Diddy works, as long as it's not Cranky. Cranky is terrible for this level. No. That's a bonus game. I don't want to do that. Ah. Well, that's not good. Whew. That was close. Well, lacking Diddy here means that I cannot go fast here, unfortunately. Ah, I missed that. That's gonna really cost my time. Ah, and I missed that too. Oh well. So if I manage to finish, I have a 6-hour time slot today, so if I manage to finish the first one in under 3 hours, then I'll give this another shot. and I'll just upload the order of the two. If I finish under 2 hours, which I find extremely unlikely, then I'll give it a third shot. But, again, I find that extremely unlikely. Lots of minecart levels in the any percent route. That's okay, there's a heart right here. Lots of minecart levels in the 80% route. No minecart, very few, not minecart, very few rocket barrel levels. I think there's only 2. We skipped the one in this world, which you would get by going in the secret exit in this level. But you don't want to do that because not only does it give you a rocket barrel level, it gives you 2 extra levels to play instead of only 1. And since all levels in this game are basically the same length, just want to take as few levels as possible. I think this level gives Dixie. Nice. Yeah, there's Dixie right there. Nice. Oh well. I'd prefer to not lose Dixie. I mean, I'll get her back later, but there's no barrel in this section here. Oh well. That's as far as I needed to get with her, I guess. And again, grabbing bananas is not going to cost me any time, so I may as well. There's Dixie. Can't get any faster over here. There's 10. Decent part of this level is auto-scroller, so hopefully I can hang on to Dixie because I want to have Dixie for the boss here. And there's so little part of this that isn't auto-score that having Dixie here is not going to significantly slow me down. When you're on these vines, it's an auto-score. You will always go the same pace. There's nothing you can do to speed up or slow this down. Other than die, of course. If you let go too early and fall off and die, that will slow it down. I shouldn't have done that. I get no benefit from the banana coins, so... Dixie cannot help here. Whoa, that was close. Good thing I had Dixie. We're already onto the boss, and I've only been playing for half an hour. This guy's stage 1 is extremely fast, as long as you don't mess up that throw there. And his remaining stages take ages, so... You can speed up this stage as well if you... Don't do that. Oh my goodness, Dixie. What are you doing? Okay. I could have hit him there, but I didn't. That's fine. I still hit him there. That's what really matters. So if I didn't hit him there, it's extremely hard to dodge his attack. Now he does this again. On the other side. Alright, now. Finally, I hit that. Now this part of the battle, there is nothing you can do to speed it up. No storing item. If you, yeah. No amount of holding on to extra shell-hatted owls is going to actually speed this up. So there's no point in even doing so. I'll just grab the one and that's it. He comes down, I throw. And he does this thing. Now he does his feather thing again. Both sides. Calls down his allies again. It's always the exact same pattern. I haven't memorized it, but it is always the exact same pattern. There we go. Not the fastest fight ever, but it works. I missed the opportunity for Diddy, so I'm just gonna go with Dixie. On my practice for this level, I lost my partner altogether, and I started to lose a lot of lives, so I just actually exited the level and then re-entered it. That's how bad it was. May as well. And now I have to wait for a bit. Alright. That went far better than it did in practice. This was also a level of embarrassment in practice. I died so many times in the opening section. And then even later in the level, I died a lot. Cranky? I did not get cranky. That's fine. I prefer to not get nothing, though. I did the same thing during practice where I fell down there. It just took way longer for me to get back up. You could get Dixie there, but I'd prefer Diddy. That was close. We're getting cranky. This is sort of an auto-scroller, I just have to sort of wait on this thing at the end. But I had to make sure I was here ahead of it. Balloon's nice. I have way more lives at this point than I ever did during my practice. I think I never got above around 25 lives. This is a Rambi level. Amazingly, Cranky is the best partner for Rambi levels, apparently. He's not diminished at all by having Rambi there. That's a problem. It's okay, I'll get another partner real soon. Ah, come on. There's Diddy. These are entirely random. It's the only element of randomness that I've found in the entire game. The way I can tell that they're random is even across very similar time attacks, I was able to get different patterns. Well, that's a problem. Let's go back for Rambi. Extremely important to have Rambi in this level. Oh my goodness. That's okay, there's Dixie right over here. Oh my goodness. Can't do anything about this. Going slow is always faster than dying. That is the real takeaway from my practice. So, whenever I have to go slow in order to not die, that's fine. Scorch and Torch is actually faster with Dixie, so... You don't have to wait on hardly anything in this level. It may appear that you do. but you really don't. Well, now I do. It's okay, I'll get a partner back later. Real soon, actually. Well, now I have to actually wait for this, unfortunately. That's gonna cost me some time. Not a lot of time, just some time. Because it's right at the end anyway. And Twilight Terror, which is the only auto-score where I'm going to be able to skip half of it. So, on this level, do not trust IGN. IGN says that the first exit leads to 3A. It does not, it leads to 3B. Very important, I need to have either Dixie or Cranky here. I'm gonna get Dixie because, Dixie is more useful for Bramble Scramble. This is basically my opportunity to get some extra lives, so I'm taking it. I don't care about coins, they do me no good. Make sure to stay high here. Ah, man, I got hurt right at the last second. Okay, so that let me skip half the level. And it gets me over to Bramble Scramble. You might notice on Bramble Scramble I'm going slower than I'm not making much effort to go fast. It's because it's very hard to go fast on Bramble Scramble because you have to actually know what's there, and I don't. Normally I haven't memorized the levels in this game. I'm just reacting really fast. So whenever there's something that requires that I react even faster, you might notice that I go a little slower. I don't need Dixie on the next level, so I figured I may as well. The next level is Triple Trouble. Now, last time, Cranky is obviously who you want to go with for Triple Trouble, but on my practice, I had just about the slowest Triple Trouble run ever. Because I lost Cranky in Stage 1. And I also let that guy keep going, and that's a really bad mistake. Alright, that's it. They'll heal back to full now, so no point actually attacking. They each have 3 health, but they heal back to full whenever one of them goes down. Ow. There we go. No point swapping sides here. There we go. Doesn't actually hit the one. Need to hit the one on the top. It just has to hit. You have to hit the main guy in order to end that phase. Now they start throwing a lot of bombs. That was a really fast Triple Trouble. I really need to get Dixie here. Worlds 3 and 4 are the only times where you really want to take the secret exits. World 3 because it skips half a level, and you're gonna get 1 level after it no matter what. And World 4, because, if you go on the normal exits, then you get, if you take all the normal exits, then you get either 3 or 4 levels. You'll get 4 levels if you take a secret exit, then a normal exit. And if you, take secret exits all the way, then you get 2 levels. So not only do you get fewer levels, but you're also skipping one of the longest and hardest levels of them all, Irate 8. Fine. This is the direction I wanted to go. Extremely important that Dixie survives all that. Because if she doesn't, then you can't do this. Next up is Rock and Relics. I have to get the secret exit here. There are 2 barrels in this level. From the second one, I absolutely must get Cranky. And then I have to keep him for most of the level. Still, I like to have Cranky on the first one as well. Lets me do this. Oh. But yeah, it makes the underwater sections here a little easier because there are so many things that you cannot kill otherwise. There's the second one. Oh my goodness. There are hearts all over in this level, thankfully. Like they realized that this was only World 4, not World 6. Have to get this bop up here. No! Okay. So thankfully these things respawn if I come over here. That's far enough. There are no more hearts for me to get though. I didn't have to do that during practice, unfortunately. I absolutely must get this. Do you hate getting this secret or playing this secret? And welcome to the stream, Charmander Gamer. Getting the secret to me is way harder than playing it. I mean, playing the secret, I like that secret a lot. It's a fun little secret. Not often that you're playing a platformer and you get a puzzle secret, right? A puzzle level, right? But, unfortunately, it's accompanied by having to get it this way. For the record, I like puzzles. Oh my goodness. That's not a... This over here is a heart. Yeah, I found, like, all the hearts during my practice because I kept getting hurt. Ag. Okay. Back over here, finally. Oh, you can just bounce off the one. That's nice. Would have been nice to know. I mean, Cranky's not a terrible Kong, it's just he's not that great for that level. He's fantastic for 6K, for example. By the way, 6K hard mode, it took me like an hour and a half. Just that one level. It was insane. Seriously? Makes sense for the final K level, yeah, but the World 7 levels took me like half an hour each. And you get those by doing all the K levels. What? No, no, no. Didn't grab the key. Sorts of sloppiness all over the place here, huh? Opens this up. I do like how unique the level is. It's the only, like, puzzle maze level in the game. Hello, Yoshib. No, that's exactly why I had Cranky! That's fine. Getting hurt here is really hard, though, because he won't pursue you to the door. Just right up to the edge of the door, but he won't pursue you to the door. So. Alright, and with that, we have passed... Yeah, we have skipped Irate 8 entirely, which... Oh, you hate 4-6 with a passion? This is 4-5, but... Ow. Hard mode PTSD. No. That was... I didn't know the boxes would put me back in. That was helpful. $5-4? Honestly, 5-5 was embarrassing, on my, I got 5-4, like, first try, but 5-5 took like 10 to 15 lives. I'm honestly hoping that I can hang on to Dixie through the entirety of 5-4, just so that I can not do 5-5. So in the time attack, I would always power through this right here, but then I found out that if you stay in the center, you're safe, mostly. I should have just powered through it, through that. Oh my goodness. There are no more hearts until like right before you can get a partner. And squeeze between those. This is the heart. Oh, come on. I want to get the heart. Oh, that was close. Okay. This level is not exactly fast. That's a heart there, which also refills my air. And I'm going to immediately power through that. Ah! I have to be careful here because that gear has killed me several times. There we go. And now, Fugu face-off. I have to grab a partner, it doesn't really matter which one, honestly. Not Cranky. This guy gives you a lot of hearts, usually. There's a heart. And there we go. Stage 2. I know the speedrun tactic, but I've tried it before, and it did not pair out for me. So I'm not going to try it. The speedrun tactic is he gives you so many hearts, you just sort of sit behind him. Well, that's not good. No! Stage 3. I'm able to hold on my partner through the whole thing last time. Oh well. Guy pulls in more. Goes up. I want to go down. Just barely. Now he goes down. And I want to go up. I go down. Get some air. Stay below the halfway point. He goes down. No, I missed. Oh well. Dodge. There we go. There's the World 4 boss. That's not pleasant. Come on. Oh my goodness! He kept going on the top platform! If you just go fast here, he won't get hurt. I know it seems counterintuitive, but that... What? Go. That was weird. Ow. Gotta be careful now. What? Nope! I pressed B. I swear I pressed B. Guess I'm jumping with B and Y. I swear I pressed B. What? No, why? I don't even know how I bounced off of that fish. This is embarrassing. On the plus side, I know I've died far fewer times this time around than last time because I'm at 40 lives. But, someone skilled might be able to jump on those fish to get across. After my recent performance, I am not trusting that I am that skilled. So I don't have a partner here, but it shouldn't matter. This is a rocket barrel level. There is no barrel in this level. Other than the rocket barrel. Again, rocket barrel levels are a chance to gain some lives. But at 40 lives, I don't think that's going to matter too much. Sorry, I live on a flight path. Can't do anything about it. That was a forgiving hitbox. Yeah, we'll be to the end. Fruity Factory is interesting in that if you go fast, you are less likely to be hurt. Take the front edge of this. Yeah. As you saw, I went straight through that, one that you're supposed to stop with a, You're supposed to stop that one by pulling a vine, but you can also just sort of roll straight through it. It's because the hitbox is so small. And down. I may have messed this up more than a few times during my practice yesterday. That Indian section there took me 3 tries. Instead of the 1 it should always take. Just trying to go fast and pay attention at all to the stuff that well telegraphs ahead of time where you're supposed to be. Mashing B there does not work. Mashing A is what you have to do. Now 5-4. Hopefully I can hold on to Dixie the whole time, so that I can not do 5-5. Do 5-6 instead, or 5A instead. Or 5B. 5B. But I have written on there 5-5 because the chances of me holding on to this the whole, holding on to Dixie the whole time are rather slim. Especially when I do stuff like that. That was a first. That was also a first. Just getting that much speed off of that. I knew that was a balloon, I may as well grab it. Wait here. Ah, there goes Dixie. Oh well. 5-5 it is. So close. Not having to do 5-5. You can get a heart here if you collect all that stuff, but there's so little left. Be careful. And I don't have to redo anything. And hopefully this level won't cost me 10 lives because somehow I can't bounce. Which is what happened last time. Playing this yesterday, I took way too many tries because it just wouldn't bounce. DK just would not bounce. We're getting Dixie. You know, just in case. I died so many times on this part because Donkey Kong just would not bounce. First try like it should be. I could get a different partner here, but I think Dixie's good enough, honestly. No! Now I have to try and do that. Well, I've already learned. You can't do that with just Donkey Kong. I learned that during practice yesterday. Don't die. Slow and steady wins the race. Basically, if I died there, it would have cost me so much time. Now on the Punch Bowl. Oh my goodness. The 5 boss took longer than the 6 boss on hard mode. It is so hard to beat this guy without taking a hit. I even died during my practice yesterday. I really like the theme for him, but he's so hard. to mention, the second phase of this guy is insanely long. Aha! That works. Fast. 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 Slow. And then fast. Second hit. I does this again. Nice. This is way faster than yesterday. Of course, yesterday I also took breaks. The 3 hours that I took yesterday includes breaks. Such as when I got up after 3-5 because IGN lied and said that the first exit in 3-5 goes to 3A and it goes to 3B. This is hard. Don't have to grab the first one, definitely have to grab the second one. IGN is mostly trustworthy when it comes to guides for this game. And for most games, honestly. You could try holding on to the second one, but I don't have the timing down, and I would almost certainly die. Which costs way more time than just taking the safer route. You can enter that level, enter the levels in this world as soon as you're in the barrel over the level. You don't have to wait for the barrel to face upward. For this level, you want either Dixie or Cranky. Either one will do, but you definitely don't want Diddy. Cranky's the faster one, but I'm not going for an individual level record, so I will take marginally slower or a safer route. so you can use that fish to get up if you have Dixie or Cranky, not if you have Diddy. Not what I was planning on happening. There we go. Similarly. If you can't land a precise throw at those owls, it's better to just throw those things away. Ah! Right? She could have allowed me to skip this. It's fine. This is the last section. I think the Kong I used for the individual level here was Cranky, but you can't actually get Cranky in this level. It guaranteed gives you Diddy. Fine, the Diddy barrel is like right over here. You could take that barrel, or you could just hover across. But you have to take that barrel. Now for the last rocket barrel level. There are more rocket barrel levels than minecart levels in the speedrun. During practice yesterday, I died pretty much right before the final checkpoint, which was a huge time loss, because that's the longest section in this level. So hopefully I can avoid that today. Can't actually get hurt there if you just hold B. This section is insanely long right here, and I died right at the end of it. To be precise, I died against this second boulder here. And then there's the last checkpoint. It may be surprising, but you can actually die in this section. It's not simply just watching a cutscene. If you don't do that last jump there, you will die. I've done that before. I love the music in this level. Fine. I'm gonna wait a cycle, because if you go on that cycle, you're going to get hurt like 3 more times. Because things just don't line up. No! That's gonna cause a problem. Now I don't have Diddy for this, which is going to make things a lot slower. Exactly what happened in practice. Come on. did not happen in practice. Be careful to hold ZR there or you will die. You can just sort of jump over that guy. It takes ages to kill, so definitely in your best interest to do that. Aha! This is the Dixie level. Dixie is actually the fastest Kong to grab if you go fast, so not bad. When I say it's the Dixie level, it's the last time that Dixie is legitimately useful in a speedrun, and not just a crutch for beginners. Lets me skip that vine there. Lets me skip this vine here. Lets me trigger that early. And then I hit an enemy and died. And then right here, he lets me jump off and land on this platform instead of beating the ground. Frozen Frenzy is a painful level when you're going for 100%. Because you have to get Cranky near the start. There's only 2 barrels in the game, in the level. You have to get Cranky near the start and then carry him all the way to the end. And he is not helpful at all. Okay. I should be fair. Cranky is helpful. Somewhat. And that he lets you skip a section we'll be doing later. But Dixie also lets you skip that. And there's enough floor here, or there's little enough floor here that, yeah, right there. You need to have either very good timing or Dixie or Cranky. 10 more here. Very good timing, or Dixie or Cranky. And right here. Dixie or Cranky. That's the first time I've ever gotten hurt there. If you get the secret exit there, you have to do 2 extra levels, and it saves you no time. Because you have to do A and B, and then you have to do 8 anyway. Level. Like I said, Cranky is actually helpful on Ramby levels. Or you can just fall in the lava, that works too. Well, I got up to 60 lives. I'm just trying to go fast. Impatience is your enemy in this level. You're trying to go fast, but if you go too fast, you will die. There are several speed checks throughout the level. This is the most difficult of them. You just have to wait to press B there, or else you die. And it amazes me just how fast this game is if you're just trying to go fast. Alright, I already have Dixie. Dixie is who I want for this boss. I have fought this guy way more times than I can count. The speed run is atrocious, the time attack here is atrocious. Because you have to hit this guy all 3 times, every time, or else you don't get it. I have to hit him twice now, and... in order to get him next time, but... if you want to get gold, you have to hit him first try every time. And then, if you want to get silver, you also have to hit him first try every time. And maybe take a little bit longer on this phase right here. There's a heart. Because the stages are just so long that if you don't hit him first try every time, then you lost way too much time to make up. Oh wow, I got him. Nice. He does this. What order? Left to right. 10 dragons. Oh, that's not good. I hit him once. That's nice. Now, he does give you an extra shot here. Just have to wait for this. He's gonna throw more dragons at me. First time he will always go low there. And then, if you... Wow. There we go. Oh my goodness. That was way less time than I thought it would take. That is 4th place. That is a 4th place run. Oh man, that is way less time than I thought it would take. Oh. Yeah, that went really well. I was not expecting it to take only a little over 2 hours. Third place is 1 hour 37, so I don't think I'll be likely beating them today, but I can at least try one more time. We still have ending cutscene has to play out and everything, but this is basically time to take a break. Because the ending cutscene is going to play out, and then... and there's nothing I can do to skip it except exiting the game. And then, after the credits play, then I have to start the game over again, which you saw the entry is another 3 minutes. So, time to take a break. But wow, that was fast. I did not expect that. Alright, well. How do I... Oh, that's what I have to do. Yes, I do. Yeah, so funky mode is slightly faster than original mode. Funky mode, no death abuse. Like I said, it's the any percent no death abuse. Funky mode is the most popular one, but it's only like 6 minutes faster than just original mode any percent. So if I so this is a different category, obviously, but I'd be 55th place because if that was funky mode any percent no death abuse. But because there are so few runs of original mode any percent, that's 4th place. Now the reason why it says any percent no death abuse is because in funky mode, if you die 8 times on a single level, then you get to skip the level altogether. And I imagine there are some levels that are longer and they just skip them altogether just by jumping in a pit 8 times.